Macam juga. Kemudian kakak kita minum ni nak. Dia nak try ini klasik je. Apa yang diorang dulu? Aku cantik. Ini sama apa? Ini kalau memang ni klasik je lah kak. Jom kak weh. Ni apa klasik je. Saya suka klasik.
Okay, now look at the following task, which is the second task of the listening activity. Okay, the instruction is, now look at the following questions and listen to the conversation that goes with the pictures in one. Which question could be asked after the conversation? Which pictures in one answer each of those questions? Write A, B, C, or dash. Okay, I will recall back. A, the picture is all about radio. B, computer. And C, printed newspaper. So there are two parts to the task. First, you must listen in order to decide which of the 6 questions could be asked after the conversation. Okay, you have to listen to the conversation carefully and decide among all the 6 sentences, 6 questions, which one is the suitable question could we ask. Okay, next one. After that, you are going to hear the recording again. So you have to decide which pictures in activity 1 answer the questions in activity 2. So we have to read first the questions from 1 until number 6. Okay, the first one. How did the man hear about the fire? 2. Which news source does the woman suggest they check? 3. How does the man normally get his news? 4. Which news source has the woman already checked today? 5. Which news source does the woman check every day? And 6. Where was the fire not reported? So let's hear the first recording.
Unit 7. Listening. Exercise 2.
Did you hear about that fire in the town centre yesterday? It's reported that it was started deliberately.
Really? It doesn't say that in today's newspaper report. But that's the problem with newspapers. They can't keep up with the very latest developments.
I heard it on the radio this morning, but even they didn't have the full details.
We'd better check online. because that's the most up-to-date source of information.
Okay, so you may choose the answer, then you can discuss with your English teachers later. So now let's move to activity 3. Read the instruction of activity 3. Now listen again and again and answer the question that follows the conversation. Which picture in 1 answers the question? So you will hear the same conversation and a question about it, and that you must answer the question by choosing one of the pictures in activity 1. So you are going to listen to the same recording again.
Exercise 3.
Did you hear about that fire in the town centre yesterday? It's reported that it was started deliberately.
Really? It doesn't say that in today's newspaper report. But that's the problem with newspapers. They can't keep up with the very latest developments.
I heard it on the radio this morning, but even they didn't have the full details.
We'd better check online, because that's the most up-to-date source of information.
Which news source does the woman think is unreliable?
Okay, now look at the download box there. Although it is helpful to guess what the questions might be, you must listen very carefully to each one because it might not ask what you expect. It's easy to get the answer wrong by answering the question you thought would be asked, rather than the question that was actually asked. So it is a good strategy, which is to try to guess the question that will be asked by looking at the pictures to see what they have in common. However, this can lead to careless mistakes if you do not listen carefully for the question that is asked at the end, and instead answer the question you thought would be asked. Okay, here is your activity 4. You must choose the picture option that answers the questions. Always think about the pictures in each set are connected, what question might be asked, and listen carefully for the actual questions. So you will hear 8 short conversations. After each conversation, a question is asked about what was heard. The answer choices are shown as pictures. Choose the picture A, B, or C, which answers the question. So let's listen to the recording and choose the correct answers. Later on, I'm going to attach the link below the description of my video for you to submit your answers.
Exercise 4. 1.
I met Sarah Jane Lewis last night.
Who's she? No, don't tell me. I think she's an actress, isn't she?
You must be thinking of someone else. She's into current affairs. She worked as a journalist for the local newspaper for several years, but just recently she's been taken on as the evening newsreader on the regional TV station.
You're mingling with the stars, then.
What is the current job of the woman they're talking about? 2.
Hey, check your Facebook wall. I've just sent you a video.
Oh no, not another one about cats.
Well, not exactly, but close. This one's a singing dog. It's had so many hits that it's supposed to be the fastest video ever to go viral. It's really funny.
It can't possibly be as good as the one Jim sent me about the dancing parrot. That was amazing.
Which video has the man just sent the woman? 3.
Are you still watching that dreadful soap opera? Dinner's ready.
Yes, I am. And it's said to be the best new TV drama this year, according to the reviews.
Oh, come on. They can't be serious. There's no comparison between that and the crime drama we watched last night.
Actually, I preferred the horror series about vampires. But that's not on again until next week.
Which program did they watch yesterday? 4.
I don't often see you reading the newspaper. Something interesting?
My horoscope, actually. It says I'm going to be lucky in love this month, but I should be careful of anyone with a black car.
You realise those things are well known to be absolute rubbish, don't you?
Well, last month it said I'd receive some money, and I did. So I think I'll choose to believe it.
What is the woman hoping for this month? 5.
There's a picture of that TV presenter Kate Smith here. She's made the headlines because she's getting married again.
That's not Kate Smith, is it? Doesn't she have long blonde hair?
Well, actually, yes, she did. But she's had it cut quite short for her new show. And she's changed the colour too.
Well, I'm not keen on red. I think she'd look rather good with dark hair.
What does the TV presenter look like at the moment? 6.
That French actress is in the public eye a lot these days, isn't she? She was interviewed on The Culture Show on TV last night.
Yes, she's everywhere these days, ever since she made a name for herself in that successful film a couple of years ago.
Oh, is that how she became famous? I thought she was a model originally. I've seen her in so many clothing adverts in magazines.
No, she only started modelling after she got famous on the big screen.
How did the man think the actress's career had begun? 7.
Hey, you know that scientific article I wrote about my physics research?
The one you hoped would be published in a science journal.
Yes, that's the one. Well, the editor didn't like it apparently, and the university don't want it for their website either. But a TV science correspondent wants to interview me for their TV program instead.
That's even better. Congratulations.
Where had the woman hoped her research would be publicized? 8.
Do you know what time the sports report starts on the radio?
It's 7:30, isn't it? It's always on then, after the 7 o'clock news.
Well, that's what I thought, but the radio guide says it's on at 8:30.
That must be a mistake. I'm sure they haven't changed the time.
What time does the woman think the sports report will start?
Okay, that's it. So you may share your answers and check your answers after you click on the link that I'm going to share later and see whether you can get all correct. Okay, students, that's it for our listening activity for Unit 7, The Crime. Okay, hope to see you again. Thank you for watching. Stay safe.